Oh, yeah. Guess who's Bizak? Hey, say hey, man. Yours truly, the bully's bully, Kyle Brown. Kyle Brown, the building manager, you guys. You got to listen up. Kyle, you listen up too. But I didn't know you were famous, man. I didn't know you were famous. If I knew I was in the presence of a fucking celebrity, if I was that type, I may have asked you for an autograph. Hmm? I didn't know you were famous. Kyle Brown, let me tell you something. You guys, hold on. Let me pour some water before I tell you something, because I have a feeling I'm going to need something to drink. And I need a time to think, too, because I'm going to tell you something, Kyle. Let me tell you something. When you first came, Kyle, when you first came to the building, and I know you've been around for years, but I'm talking about my first um um knowledge of you coming to the building, experience, if you will. When you first came, I heard something about you that made my heart drop to my stomach and instantly have compassion for you and let my guard down a little bit with you, because my guard had to be up all the time going through all of this shit in there, right? Brooke told me, Brooke told me that you lost a child, a baby. That's what Brooke told me. My heart dropped to my stomach. Like I said, I instantly had compassion for you. Just on the commonality of being a father. Man, listen, I love my kids. I love them so much I would never leave my 3 month old in the car for damn near 2 hours in the summertime. Kyle, I love them so much I would never leave my 3 month old in the car for almost 2 hours until they met their demise. Kyle Brown. My heart still drops in my stomach. Not for you anymore, though. I don't have compassion for you. My heart drops in my stomach to that little girl that you were responsible for. But negligent as always. And she had to pay for it. Personally, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck you didn't go to jail. I'm trying to figure that out. I know people that have done less and gotten more when it comes to the criminal system or the law system, judicial system, whatever. Kyle Brown, this isn't to poke fun. This isn't to tear him down. This is a point that I'm making about the company, UPS, and your leaders. What I'm saying is this, guys. Someone who is that neglectful, it is no surprise that when they hear something like Jeremy's selling weed, they don't do anything, because why? He has a history of being neglectful. If you will forget that your 3 month old is in the car for damn near 2 hours, I understand being human. 2 hours, bro. He has a history of neglect. He's a neglectful person. He's obviously a selfish person. That's how I would describe it. I don't know what you could be thinking to where you don't understand that your 3 month old isn't in the house for 2 whole fucking hours. He's neglectful. This is why when I bring it to him and I say, hey, Scott Logan is a sexual deviant and predator and he's making people feel uncomfortable, I have seen a girl start shaking because Scott came around. I've seen it, guys. So when you tell Kyle things like this, it's no wonder and it's no surprise why he doesn't move on it, why he doesn't do anything. He's neglectful. He doesn't care. Neglect comes from not caring. You have to, and your brain has to not care on a certain level in order for you to act out the act of neglectfulness, if you will. His mind ain't right. He doesn't care. Kyle was in the newspaper. Kyle, some odd years ago, ran away to another state to work at a UPS somewhere else. Allegedly, this was the reason. I know he went somewhere else to work after this happened, right? But allegedly, the reason is because everybody was on his ass in Arizona at UPS because everybody saw his famous motherfucking ass in the goddamn newspaper for being a neglectful, sorry piece of shit that he is. That's why. And now he's back because he figures most people don't know, which he's right. I didn't know. In other words, guys, I'm saying this. He thought it was safe to come outside. It's not safe to come outside. Brooke, what Brooke did, and I have reason to believe that Brooke, had known this the whole time. So when Brooke tells me, when she first comes to me and she tells me, hey man, man, Chris, Kyle's a good guy, and he lost a baby, and I said, damn, man, my heart, like I said, it dropped, and I said, what happened to the baby? And she said, I think she said the baby just died in the crib. I forgot what they called it, Sid or something like that. She said something like that. Because Brooke knows me well enough to know that if she would have told me the truth, I would have said, fuck his bitch ass from the jump. I believe he should be in jail, like I said. Kyle, do you know what they would have done to you in jail, boy? Do you know what they would have done to you in jail, boy? Do you know what they should have done to you in jail, boy? These are the leaders, guys. These are the leaders. My heart goes out to that little girl, man. My heart goes out to that little girl. What we can't lose focus of, what we cannot lose focus of. Some people may think that I'm wrong for bringing this up. They might think that, guys. I get it, but I mean, hell, it's public knowledge. So if you're mad at me for bringing it up, be mad at the fucking newspaper for bringing it up. Because, I mean, he has an article. You can go read it. I'm no wronger than the reporter that reported it. I'm just reporting it because I think you should know. If he's negligent to aiding you in your problems for your safety, he has a history of it. He has a history of it. And if after this, when I release this, and it circulates through the building, if you, in your heart, want to go up to him and hug him, because you naturally, on a parent level, and just on a human level, feel for him, do what you do. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to ask this of you also. Will you also go hug the crackhead that baby maybe has deficiencies, or maybe even died at birth because she couldn't stop smoking crack? Are you going to console her for her negligence? Huh? Are you going to console her for her negligence? Because she was negligent and it's her fault. Are you going to console her for her negligence? Or are you going to say, what kind of a mother would smoke crack with a baby in their stomach? Are you going to console the person that's addicted to fentanyl that may nod off and their 4-year-old run out of the house because they're passed out off of fentanyl or opioids, and their 4-year-old runs out and gets hit by a fucking car? Are you going to go console them? Or are you going to not understand how someone could be so negligent that their most prized possessions on the earth met their demise? So I just ask those of you who are going to get mad at this and miss the point. I ask those of you who are going to get mad at this and miss the point to have that same energy for everybody else that lost a child due to their bad parenting. In my opinion, Kyle, this is just my opinion. Let me turn the light on for this because I need to look at you. In my opinion, Kyle, a bad parent is a bad person. I don't think you could be a bad parent and a good person. I don't think you could be a good person and a bad parent. I think they go hand in hand. Because to be a parent, you have to be a protector. I told you guys in the first video that the only reason you guys say that Kyle's a good man is because he's a pussy. It's not because he's standing on anything or protecting anybody, though. He's just not a threat. And a man that's not a threat is not a good man. A man that's a threat wouldn't have noticed. A man that's a threat and takes the people that he's responsible for seriously would have noticed that his 2-month-old was not in the house far less in time than 2 fucking hours or hour and 45 minutes. Because he's a protector and his brain thinks like that. Kyle is supposed to be a protector, obviously, of his kids. But he's supposed to be a protector of the people in that building too. And I'm telling you guys, the reason you're not protected, the reason predators are allowed to walk around you, the reason of common knowledge. Jeremy selling weed, guys, is common knowledge back there. I didn't drop a bomb on some shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's no wonder that these things are allowed to happen that jeopardize your safety. These things jeopardize your safety. But it's no wonder that they're allowed to happen on Kyle's watch because he's neglectful anyway and he doesn't give a fuck about his own kid's safety, let alone yours. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. So we can't lose focus. The subject isn't even Kyle. I'm using Kyle to make a point, right? And the point is, the subject is UPS as a company has been negligent. They've been negligent in making sure that you were safe. Obviously, they've been negligent in making sure that you guys had the right equipment to work safe and things like that. Yes, and that's just on that level. But I'm talking about on a real level right now. Your life. They've been negligent in making sure that you're safe. That's what this is really about. Kyle's just the messenger. Kyle, my 15 minutes is almost here. But you're the messenger. And I'm Leonidas. And you should have chose your words correctly. And because you didn't, I'm kicking your big stupid ass down the motherfucking well into the black hole. Because you should have chose your words correctly. Wisely. 15 minutes is up. Till next time.